Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm working on some ACEOs. I've heard a decent amount of talk about ACEOs on social media lately. Artists saying that they're selling a certain amount and they're making X amount of money by selling them on places like eBay. And I will not be doing that. I just want to make the art. I want to enjoy that. I want to try that out because it sounds fun. So I had to look it up. ACEO stands for Art Cards, Editions, and Collections. And it seems like the only requirement that makes it an ACEO versus just a mini painting is that it has to be 2.5 by 3.5 inches, which is the size of trading cards and playing cards. So that makes sense. I think the theory is they're supposed to be like trading cards made by artists. You can put them into like trading card sleeves and collect them that way. I think it's a really cute idea. So let's make some together and talk about the process and some of the things that I learned that I enjoyed. Let's do it. So one of the big benefits of doing little art, ACEOs, is that it gives you an opportunity to use really nice paper in small doses. So if you have just recently gotten really nice paper and you're not quite ready to commit to like a larger painting that could go wrong, if you're still practicing, you're still learning, this is a great way to do that. You can do these tiny little paintings and then every little tiny painting you have is experience, and if it works out, then you have a finished, beautiful painting that's nice and small, and you can gain confidence with your mediums and your tools, and I like that a lot. It's a great way to get lots of practice in quickly without a lot of commitment of expensive materials. Oh, and very quickly, a little self-promotion, but my Kickstarter is live right now. So I have my Grim Dreamers playing card deck campaign. There's a link in the description if you want to go check it out, but we have already achieved the funding goal and we're well on our way to the first stretch goal, which I'm really excited about. So the first stretch goal is 2 additional cards in all of the decks, and these cards will be full art, and I'm going to do Death and the Maiden together in that artwork. And I got that suggestion over on Kickstarter, and I thought it was a great idea. So I'm really excited to reach that. I'm really hoping that we'll get that stretch goal. I need your help. If you haven't backed it yet, to go at least check it out, go see the rewards that I have. And yeah, I'm really hoping that we can get to that next stretch goal and make it a reality. I'm gonna start working on the artwork right away. I believe that we're gonna get to that point. So, and I also want to do a little show and tell. This is one of the rewards that's part of the Kickstarter, but I'm just so excited about it. So this is a wood box that holds 2 decks. And I did the 2D design of it, and then my husband helped me turn it into a 3D design. He did a significant amount of the work to make this into such a beautiful object, but it's cut here in my studio, so in my home, so this is part of it. It's really exciting to hold a piece of artwork that I designed and drew, and it was very collaborative with my husband, and to hold it in my hand. But yeah, this is part of it, so if you wanted one of these, you can also go check out that campaign. Again, there's that link down in the description. Okay, let's get back to talking about some mini artworks and little paintings. So for these paintings, I wanted to get back to watercolors. It's been a really long time since I've painted in watercolors and I've been craving that. So this is, again, a nice opportunity to either try out new paints, new techniques without much commitment, or old paints that I haven't used for a while. I think that's what's really fun in particular about the idea of doing ACEOs, is that you can explore different techniques and different looks, and you can see it in a completed form from beginning to end, a full piece, but it takes a lot less time. So you can kind of suss out what techniques you might be interested in exploring more. And these are so small that there's a lot that you're still not going to be able to fully realize as far as techniques, but there's a lot that you also can, or a lot that you can kind of see if you like it enough to explore on a bigger format. So for these pieces, I did a couple of different takes. They're pretty similar. They're all watercolors. I think there was a couple of them that I did where I left the line work as just pencil. I kept that as a prominent part of the piece, and then I just painted on top. And then there were others that I used ink and added line work after I added the watercolors. Maybe that's all I really did. I don't know. I tried a few different things, different looks. I actually did end up keeping the color palettes pretty similar, which I liked. I like that I can look at this little set of paintings together. Look pretty harmonious together, and I like that. Okay, so let's just go through some of the pros and the cons really quickly of working on something this small, of like an ACEO. So I would say the pros: You can use really nice materials without a lot of investment or cost as far as the per painting cost. I know the investment of getting the nice materials in the first place it's there. It's much quicker to create a finished painting, so you can get that satisfaction of sitting down, making a painting, having it completed, essentially in one sitting theoretically, which for busy artists, that's pretty golden. It allows you to test out different techniques, different paints, different mediums, different new tools and techniques to see if you like it, which I like. I like being able to explore and test things out. I also think it's a fun opportunity to try different stuff. I guess really the positive, the takeaway, the big overarching takeaway for working on little artwork ACEOs is that they are so low commitment. So you can try so many different things, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay. And I think there's something very freeing about being able to approach a painting with that mindset, with that level of freedom to be able to just dive in, enjoy it, see what you can find out in the process, and then walk away from it without a lot of cost or time investment. So I am done with all my paintings. Let's talk about them really quick. So this is the first one that I did. I actually think she might be my favorite one. So the first one, I was fresh. I was still feeling pretty excited about the process, I guess. I wasn't tired from it. And I think it shows. The colors are cleaner and crisper. And I don't know, I like it. I like the subject matter. I also think I should be naming all of these too. That's good practice for me. So I did that. I'm not actually sure exactly what order I moved forward in. I think I did this next, or I started working on this one with it. The thing with paintings is that there's always something that I would have done differently, and I enjoy taking note of those so that I can theoretically make the next one better. But there's always something. And this one, obviously there's a couple things, but I do really like her. I like her expression, and I like the more simple color palettes. I'm trying to lean more that direction. Next, this is one with the pencil line work. And I think it shows. I think that that's maybe one of the weaker points of this piece, is that I ended up going darker with her clothing. So the areas where I would want theoretically more contrast, more focus, is a little bit more outshone by the contrast in her clothes. It's a little bit more conflicted with the other areas, but overall I like it. Yeah, it's just a great example of why I like doing the little art, is it gives me an opportunity to try something out and be okay with saying I feel mediocre about it and it not being a big deal. This is the next one, and it's my least favorite. Yeah. And then the last one that I did that is actually my second favorite. So this is one that I think you kind of have to see in person and up close. I don't think it reads as well farther away. The contrast is just really close on the figure itself, but I really liked it. I liked the colors. I liked that it was a little bit different. This was probably the most experimental of the ones that I did, as far as like how I grouped the colors and how I kept her much more monochromatic, and then the background was different. I also didn't have any plans on how I was going to paint this or any of them, to be clear. I had no idea how I was going to paint any of them until I was sitting down working on them, and I think that was also one of the big benefits of working like this, is that it allowed me to just get really into the flow state of working on a painting. I didn't have to do a lot of prep work or planning. I could just sit down and mix paints that I thought looked nice, and then I just kept rolling with it. So I think that's probably about it about my tiny painting ACEO painting journey today. I've done a lot of mini artwork over the years. I find that I really enjoy coming back to working on something little after I've done a really big project. So I finished up my Kickstarter, and I'm running the Kickstarter right now. I finished up the artwork for it, so it was nice to decompress with some of these little paintings. And of course, another reminder, my Kickstarter's live. There's that link in the description that'll take you over to the campaign. I'm so grateful for everybody who's already backed it. I feel really, really proud about the art and the totality of this project. So thank you everybody who has helped make it a reality, because we've gotten it funded. So yeah, thank you. But check it out if you haven't yet. That's it for today. So I'll see you guys next week with some more art.